Greetings from DCTV News at Noon. I'm Kendra Cook. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV, and the Southwest TV Translator Association underwrites the news. If you have a news topic or story you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 970-677-4119. Today's show runs Wednesday at noon and is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired on Saturday at noon, 3 and 6. Today is December 13th, 2017, and now the news at noon. Dove Creek resident and clerk of the town of Dolores is resigning from her post as town manager. Lana Hancock announced Monday that she has in fact resigned as the town manager of Dolores effective December 31st. She plans to continue serving as the town clerk and treasurer. She said, "I never intended to be the manager permanently. I stepped in to help the town. When former town manager Ryan Mahoney left in 2013, the town board advertised and interviewed for a town manager but did not get a candidate that they liked." Hancock agreed to serve as interim manager, then was hired as manager in 2015 in addition to her duties as clerk and treasurer. The town plans to advertise for an interim manager to begin in February and search for a permanent one to be in place by August of 2018. "It is with great regret that we accept your resignation," said Mayor Santiago Lopez. Hancock said as town manager, she focused on maintaining critical infrastructure and services for residents and increased the town's cash reserves. As manager, she oversaw upgrades to the water and wastewater systems for town. She also persuaded the board to implement new parking rules to accommodate plowing and successfully got past a requirement that all trash cans in town be bear-proof. "They are not the most glamorous projects, but without a solid core, a town cannot exist," she said. Hancock credited her staff for their hard work and the board for their support. "Our staff is stellar and knows how to do their jobs. I appreciate the trust the board had in me and the opportunity to serve as manager," she said. Going forward, she said the new manager will be faced with rising operating and maintenance costs and a limited budget. "Decisions lie ahead on how to keep the level of services we have now. Raising the sales tax and mill levy will need to be considered," she said. The interim manager position would be for 3 to 6 months. Qualifications include a minimum of 3 years experience as a municipal manager and a bachelor's degree in practical and applicable field. Interested applicants should contact Lana Hancock at lana@townofdolores.com. Proposals will be accepted until 4:30 p.m. Friday, January 26. Accepting the interim position does not preclude the interim manager from applying for and accepting the manager position. It's that time of year again, and no, I'm not referring to the holiday season. It's bookkeeping time to plan and approve budgets for next year. Just as all of our area agencies are struggling this year, Montezuma County is having difficulties as they face a large shortfall. As written in the Journal, revenues won't cover expenses for the $13 million Montezuma County budget for 2018, but tapping into reserves will balance it out. Expected revenues of $12.3 million are down due to a lower tax assessment ratio for residential properties calculated under the Gallagher Amendment. The amendment requires that for all state property tax revenues, 45% must come from residential properties and 55% from commercial properties. Every 2 years, tax assessment ratios are reviewed and were adjusted this year to stay within those levels. The huge rise of home values on the Front Range caused the residential tax assessment ratio to drop statewide, but it's having negative impact for the budgets of rural counties, said Melissa Brunner, county administrator. The drop in the residential assessed tax ratio lost the county about $550,000 in revenues for 2018, she said. Lower property tax revenues from Kinder Morgan's carbon dioxide production has also impacted the county budget. Carbon dioxide is tied to low oil prices because it is sold to pressurized wells for oil recovery. The budget crunch this year caused the county to enact a hiring freeze, and no raises were given. Brunner said county services budgets will stay the same, but larger projects such as road paving may be delayed. But due to the lack of funding, requests by the sheriff's and district attorney's offices for more staff to handle increased amounts of crime were denied. On Monday, the Montezuma County Commission further tightened the budget with proposed funding cuts for local libraries, high desert conservation, wildlife trapping, Firewise, an economic development group, and the Cortez Animal Shelter. Quote, "We are operating in the red and cuts are necessary until the budget situation recovers," Commissioner Keenan Ertel said. Commissioner Larry Don Sukla added that the cuts were needed because, quote, "We are spending money out of our reserves and we are in a deficit position." The commission noted that libraries have their own mill levies to support their budgets. In 2017, the county shelled out $6.5 million from general and capital reserve accounts towards the $9.6 million new combined courthouse, a project mandated by the state. After the courthouse costs, the general fund reserve account has $12.5 million remaining, and the capital fund reserve account has 1.5 million remaining. An oil and gas lease sale that would sell off more than 4,400 acres in the Greater Chaco region in March is again raising tension between resource development and cultural preservation interests. Reported by the Journal in Cortez last Wednesday, the Bureau of Land Management's Farmington Field Office announced the beginning of a protest period on the lease sale, which would offer 25 parcels covering 4,434 acres in northern New Mexico. The protest period runs until January 4th. Specifically, the areas for sale are around the Navajo communities of Nageezi and Counselor, considered part of the Greater Chaco region, an archaeological and cultural important area around Chaco Culture National Historic Park. While the 30,000-acre historic park has certain land protections, some argue the area outside the park's boundaries is just as vital to the history of the ancestral Puebloan people from 900 to 1150 AD. With more than 90% of land managed by the BLM in the region already leased to oil and gas interests, attempts to lease the last 10% have repeatedly ignited tensions between industry development and cultural preservation interests. As the area went through a similar process just 1 year ago, those opposed to this most recent sale say it feels like a case of deja vu. A public comment period on the proposed lease sale ran from September 21st to October 20th, and only people who commented during that time frame can weigh in during the protest period. However, critics say their concerns and questions about the sale are continually ignored. Quote, "It's just an exercise in futility at this point," said Mike Eisenfeld, New Mexico Energy Coordinator for San Juan Citizens Alliance, a Durango-based environmental group. Zachary Stone, spokesman for the BLM Farmington Field Office, said the public comments, which eclipsed 17,000, can be viewed only by filing a Freedom of Information Act request. Regardless, opponents say the BLM's Farmington Field Office has ignored for almost 4 years its own determination in 2014 that it was ill-equipped to manage growing oil and gas development in the region. Meanwhile, the BLM has overseen the approval of more than 400 new wells in the area in the past 4 to 5 years. Robert McIntyre, spokesman for the New Mexico Oil and Gas Association, an advocacy group for the industry, said updating the resource management plan shouldn't preclude the issuance of new leases or holding lease sales. While oil and gas activity throughout the San Juan Basin has dropped in recent years, McIntyre said NMOGA has heard anecdotally that production is starting to pick up. He said the price of natural gas is dependent on 2 factors, market prices and the cost of the regulatory process. While market prices are an international standard, largely out of locals' control, McIntyre said the industry is encouraged by the Trump administration efforts to fast-track natural resource extraction. And as New Mexico's budget continues to experience sharp declines, it's essential for the state to rely on and encourage oil and gas activity. For now, the BLM has placed a 10-mile buffer around the historic park where no oil and gas activity may occur. It's expected that when the BLM updates its resource management plan, future guidelines will be laid out for the Greater Chaco area. And now, let's take a look at our weather forecast. On our national weather map from NOAA and the National Weather Service, you can see that a higher level pattern for potential snow has developed across the Intermountain West, while much of the country still remains warmer and dry. Similarly, the pattern has stagnated over the Great Lakes and across New England as rain and snow mixes and snow potential continues to plague the area. Regionally, high-level moistures from the Dakotas is spreading some higher clouds back over our region. The Pacific Northwest may also be setting up to grab some upper-level moisture, which makes it look favorable for snow to move across the northern and central mountains tonight and through early Thursday. Unfortunately, the southern mountains, except for some of the high peaks in the northern San Juans, will again be on the outside looking in with this storm, the NWS says. So they're looking at the possibility for 2 to 5 inch range for snow mid-mountain to pass level, higher amounts likely above timberline in the park down to the West Elk ranges, and mainly 1 to 3 inches in the populated higher mountain valleys and portions of the Yampa River Basin. All of this pattern should pass through by midday Thursday. Temperatures today nearly similar to the past several days, though the high clouds may have some impact. Cooler conditions on Thursday are expected, especially in the north. And then regionally, the next possible snow pattern looks to arrive by the weekend. Thursday night through sunrise on Saturday will be dry, and then a stronger low pressure that organizes over the Great Basin and the Four Corners Saturday evening into Sunday could provide a better pattern for us precipitation-wise, but it's not determined by the forecasters just yet. Certainly a temperature drop may come into play at the end of the weekend for the region. Locally, on our 5-day forecast for DCTV, it's showing a range of sunny to partly sunny to mostly sunny days ahead. Today, sunny with a high near 53, east winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west-northwest in the afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 24, north winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Thursday, sunny with a high near 45, breezy with a north wind 10 to 20 miles an hour. Thursday night, clear with a low around 19. North-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny with a high near 48. Northeast winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest in the afternoon. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low down around 22. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 43. Saturday night, partly cloudy and a low around 20. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 40. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 19. And Monday, sunny with a high near 45. Monday night, mostly clear with a low down around 22. And now, back to the news. The creative talents in the Native American community are being showcased in Los Angeles, as reported by the Durango Herald. The Strength of Siblings, a short dramatic film made by Ute Mountain Ute youths, has won 2 film awards. Shot in Toyac and Cortez last year, the 32-minute drama focuses on substance abuse and the healing power of family. It was written and performed by 18 young people ages 10 to 22 and directed by award-winning filmmaker Alex C. Munoz. The red carpet has been rolled out twice for the film's actors and producers. In June, the film earned the Best Short Film Award at the Garifuna International Indigenous Film Festival in Venice, California. On November 18th, it won the Community Leadership Film Award at the Los Angeles Skins Festival. The Native American Arts event is held in Hollywood at the historic TCL Chinese Theater. Ute Mountain actors and crew attended both events. Munoz said the honesty and the raw emotion of Strength of Siblings caught the attention of audiences and was seen by judges as a trailblazer for addressing substance abuse issues. The Ute Mountain filmmakers were the talk of the festivals, he said. They are leading the way on how to present troublesome issues which cause so much strife and chaos. The compelling piece used Ute Mountain Ute actors with no or very little acting experience. It tells the chilling story about the destructiveness of meth abuse and the power of forgiveness. By using improvisational dialogue from young actors, the film captured a rare insight into the lives of Native American teens living on the reservation. Actor Wombley Mills, 21, of Toyac, said, "The film shows the problems of substance abuse and how the love of family helps to bring people together and overcome difficulties." For actor Talia White, it was about tough community issues. The film is part of an ongoing project funded through the Recidivism Reduction Initiative with a $250,000 grant from the Department of the Interior, Bureau of Indian Affairs, and Office of Justice Services. Some film actors and crew were picked because they'd had legal, truancy, or family problems. Strength of Siblings is the second of 5 films. A third film project is expected to begin next year. The first film, Escape, was also awarded top honors at the LA Skins Festival. The Journal announced that the annual gingerbread auction to benefit Grace's Soup Kitchen for St. Barnabas Episcopal Church in Cortez was held on December 7th. Organizer Lee Wagoner, who started the event 3 years ago, said nearly $1,200 was raised for the Soup Kitchen. New to the competition this year was the Pinion Project, which tied with Carly Frazier for first place in the adult category. Also new to the competition was a cooking class from Montezuma Cortez High School. According to Wagoner, the winners and winning bids were as follows. Carly Frazier and the Pinion Project tied for first place in the adult category. Dolores State Bank was top bidder and is displaying the house at the bank at 744 East Main Street. Absolute Bakery in Mancos was first in the professional category. Town and Country Furniture was the top bidder and is displaying the house at the store at 38 North Linden Street. And Cortez 4-H was first in the youth category. Stan Pierce was his top bidder. What a great way to get people involved during the holidays and raise some funding for a great cause. Planning a gathering for any of the holidays this season, and after having turkey, ham, or beef for years, why not try something different? Colorado is internationally known for its grass-fed lamb, and here in Southwest Colorado, we're privileged to have ranchers continuing to raise a once thought to be extinct breed, the Churro sheep. Areola Sunshine Farm raises Navajo Churro sheep, bourbon red turkeys, lettuce, fruits, and other products. They direct market grass-fed churro lamb to individuals. You can contact them to be placed on a list for USDA Navajo Churro lamb, breeding stock, or live turkeys. They also offer registered animals, raw fleeces, carded wool, felt, and skins. Cindy DeVerston, owner and operator, said, "We are in the business of harvesting solar energy and sequestering carbon with green plants. Our mission is to create healthy land, healthy animals, healthy people, and a healthy economy. Nature guides us as we practice holistic management of our resources. Navajo Churro lamb is lower in fat than commercial breeds. Cool mountain air, healthy soils, clean water, and healthy grass contribute to our unique, tender, quote, sweet flavor. A favorite way to cook lamb is to marinate the rack and grill it. You might have seen some dishes displayed with tiny white hats stuck on the ends of the trimmed off rib bones. That makes a sort of a crown display on a platter. Mint jelly goes well with the lamb flavor, though it's not for everyone. Here in Colorado, you are sure to have some of the freshest tasting lamb around. Australia is also world renowned for their lamb distributed to many countries, though their stock breed is a different stock. At Areola Sunshine Farms, they do not feed antibiotics or growth hormones to any of the livestock. Navajo Churro sheep are resistant to worms and retain natural lambing instincts, requiring less medical care than commercial breeds. They feed hay as needed in the winter and provide humane care, including vaccinations and deworming as necessary. They like to say that their animals are happy animals. For more details or to contact Areola Sunshine Farm, they're located at 17702 County Road 23 in Dolores, Colorado. Or call Cindy DeVerston at 979-882-4222, email sunshine@gobrainstorm.net, or check them out on the web at areolasunShineFarm.com. And this story is also up on our Facebook page, where you can find all of that contact information. And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week ending December 10th. A town resident reported their carbon monoxide detector beeping. Dispatch assisted the resident on the telephone in determining the batteries needed to be replaced. A town resident reported possible trespasses of their residents. The resident requested additional patrol near their home. A county resident reported a steer at large that left their pasture and wanted to alert the residents not to approach it. A wallet was reported missing, possibly in town. If anyone locates a wallet, please turn it into the sheriff's office so it can be returned to its owner. While on routine patrol, a deputy found roadkill in a traveling lane on Highway 491 at Cross Canyon. The deputy removed the carcass. And 2 local residents reported losing car keys. If you should find any keys, please bring them to the sheriff's office. That concludes this week's roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates next week. Today's High Canyon Country happenings: Solstice at Sand Canyon. Spend the shortest day of the year at the Canyons of the Ancients National Monument on Thursday, December 21st, from 10 a.m. to 3-ish on Sand Canyon Trail, Road G. Wear appropriately warm clothing and shoes. Bring work gloves. They will be collecting trash and performing light trail maintenance. Register online for questions. Email swcocanyons@gmail.com or sign up by December 19th and they'll provide a free lunch for you. Tonight, December 13th, at the Cortez Cultural Center, from 7 to 8:30 p.m., join Barbara Grist, photographer, for a journey through time as you view the images from a recent trip to Cuba. The show is called Cuba Libre. Take a look at her photographic impressions with some dialogue about how she created a self-guided trip. It's a fascinating location that many more Americans are now taking the opportunity to make the trip. December 15th, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. in Durango at the Ska Brewing Company, the public is invited to join Snowdown and Ska as they tap the official Snowdown beer for 2018. Celebrating 40 years of fun, they bring you Ska Parody, that's P-E-A-R. Enjoy a delicious bubbly with complimentary apps, and costumes are encouraged. Showdown this year will be called It's a Black Tie Affair. And Snowdown will be held in Durango January 31st through February 4th of 2018. And all of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, and original stories and local posts. If you have an event you'd like to share with us, you can either email dcbnnews@gmail.com or call us at 970-677-4119, and we'll be sure to get your news on air. Thanks for tuning in for the DCTV News at Noon show. Please check us out on Facebook. It's DCTV News at Noon, and catch any of the broadcasts Monday through Wednesday at noon, 3, and 6, and then rebroadcast on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the same order at noon, 3, and 6. From Dove Creek, Colorado, I'm Kendra Cook. I'm not telling you what to do, but I suggest you have a wonderful day.